Hello everyone, welcome to Vegas Showbiz. We are Jessica and Michael Pellegrini. For this video, we'll be leaving the glitz and glamour of the Vegas Strip behind and instead focusing on the family-friendly side of Las Vegas. Cowabunga Canyon is a water park located about 20 minutes southwest of the Las Vegas Strip. The same company that operates Cowabunga Canyon also operates a park called Cowabunga Bay, which is in Henderson, closer to where we live. We've been there several times, made a video about it last summer, which I'll link to in the description of this video. However, this was our first time visiting Cowabunga Canyon. We recently had friends in town. We figured it's July. What do we want to do on a Saturday afternoon? Let's go to a water park. Seemed like a fun day in Vegas for the summer. So we've got a lot of tips for you between our visits at both of these parks. We're going to get into admission, annual passes, parking, what you can and cannot bring into the park, safety tips, locker rentals, how to save time when ordering your food. Literally anything that we can think of to make your visit a little bit more convenient, we'll be happy to share. And then in addition to all these pro tips, we've also got a bunch of video footage for you. When we arrived, I busted out my camera first thing and walked the entire park. So you're gonna see it all. You'll see the slides, you'll see the kids area, the lazy river, the wave pool, everything that there is to see, you'll be able to see there. So hopefully it's gonna make it more convenient for you. If you are enjoying our content, you're getting value out of the content, we only ask one small favor. Please help us out by subscribing to the Vegas Showbiz YouTube channel. We're trying to grow the channel as much as possible, and your support by hitting that subscription button really does go a long way. And we truly do appreciate everybody that subscribes. So please help us out, hit that button. With that said, we can jump into it. We've got a bunch of pro tips. You want to kick us off?
Sure. So we checked out this location after Michael said having gone to the other one a handful of times because everyone kept saying this one's better for bigger kids. It's better for older kids. You should go to that one. Your kids are old enough, go to this one. I don't think it's better. I think they're both fine. I didn't see a lot of differences. This one has more slides, more water slides, which our kids appreciate because they are big enough for that and they like that. Has a more mellow wave pool and they allow you to bring floaties in the wave pool at this location. The water was a lot warmer. I assume that's because we're deeper into summer and, you know, Mother Nature has warmed it up for us. But
could be.
The water is a lot warmer.
Yeah.
It was at this location.
More slides in a more compact area too, right?
Feels smaller. I can't say I have any idea if it's smaller or not. But yes, it does feel like it covers a smaller ground.
Yeah, I mean, they'll see on the video because I walked the entire thing and, you know.
It definitely feels smaller. I think the other one is spread out more.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Things that you can and can't bring in. You can't bring in any food or drink. They will let you bring in empty bottles of water, and they do have a water station that's free of charge, and you can fill up anytime. And you can bring in sealed plastic bottles of water.
Right.
They limit the amount that you can bring in per person, but we brought in a whole cooler filled.
It was fine.
He didn't count them or anything like that. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
You can bring in camera equipment. That wasn't a big deal. You can't bring in any additional floaties. I do know they do allow life jackets and those sort of flotation devices, but you can't bring in like your own ringed floaty or something like that.
Yeah.
They do have tons available at the water park, and if it's needed for a ride, it's not an additional charge. We have been to water parks in the past where you have to have a tube rental as well. This is not the kind of place. Many of the slides are single or multiple rider, which we always like. With a family of 5, it can be hard.
Yeah, I want to touch on that actually, because one thing that I like about this park is that, and the same one for Cowabunga Bay, if you're a person who enjoys water slides on a tube, they've got a lot of those. If you're on the flip side, if you don't like the tubes, I mean, they have some without the tubes, but most of their slides, you're either on the tube or you're on like the little mat thing. And some of these tubes are singles, some are doubles, some are quads, and I think there's one that's even for like 6 people or something. So there's a variety of these, but that means obviously that you're carrying these tubes.
I was just gonna say that.
A lot of stairs. You know, if you wear a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, you count your steps, you're in for a good day. You know, you're gonna be walking a lot and going up a lot of stairs.
Well, and you also got to think, I mean, we sent our kids up on a ride thinking, I don't know if they're going to be able to go because I don't know if they can get the tube
they made
upstairs by themselves. They did make it, but I mean, definitely it's a factor.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend bringing shoes. I wish I would have brought shoes we could have worn on the rides.
Water shoes, like aqua socks or something like that.
Those types of shoes, not even sandals that strap on, they won't let you do those, but the actual shoes that are like mesh on top, Those seem to be allowed most of the time. They allow you to wear them all the way up to the top of the water slide and carry them down.
Yeah,
so
you hold your
it's not
sandals.
really a problem. But it would have been nice to just not to worry about taking your shoes on and off all day.
Yeah, I mean, going barefoot is just not an option in this kind of heat. I mean, the day we were there, it was like 115. You know, you're just simply not going to walk anywhere barefoot. I did hear one lifeguard at one slide saying even aqua socks have to come off or whatever, but that kind of varies. I mean, once or twice somebody told me I had to take my sunglasses off for the ride, but that wasn't always the case. I always took my sandals off and held them. But yeah, I think a lot of the time you can wear a water shoe like that.
Hats too. We had hats on a lot of the day, and they didn't make me take it off for a lot of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So,
nice.
And let's talk. They're really friendly staff, right?
I was just going to say, these are all teenagers for the most part working at this water park. They were wonderful.
The lifeguard, everybody.
Super friendly. Staff. They all seemed to be having a really good time. They were very thorough. Yeah. I mean, as far as like, we actually unfortunately saw a couple people that had to be rescued.
Yeah.
Let's kind of lead into that. The last 2 times we have been to a Cowabunga water park in this summer, someone has needed medical assistance. Now, we don't always know the backstories to why someone needs medical assistance, but I'm willing to put my money on the fact that it's the heat.
Yeah.
And that people aren't prepared for this heat.
Sunstroke and dehydration are no joke.
Got to be careful.
Even if you're from a place where it's really hot out, a lot of people aren't used to how dry it is here. Your body gets dehydrated with a quickness, and if you're not staying hydrated, it's only a matter of time. I mean, the sunstroke, we've seen people that have just like been passed out before from all this combination of dryness and heat. So bring that water or bring a bottle. It's free to refill it.
Absolutely.
And then going along with that, I mean, even if you don't get something as extreme as sunstroke or whatever, you see a lot of people, I mean, I get it, it's a water park, everybody wants to look good in their swimsuit or whatever, but you see some gnarly sunburns happening on people, and that just wasn't going to be us. I mean, we all had rash guards on. In fact, our whole family had long sleeve rash guards except me. I'm the only one that even had a t-shirt rash guard on. But we're just not trying to get skin cancer. We're not trying to get a super bad burn, and you're out there, I mean, this sun here is extreme. The heat is extreme, and it's better to play it smart, you know?
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not trying to give health advice to anybody.
No, I'm not preaching, but I don't want to...
extreme, and reapply that sunscreen.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts me seeing some of these people walk by with these burns that are, that next day they're just,
It can, if you're here on vacation, it's going to ruin your next day for sure, if nothing else.
It's not worth it.
That also... Talking about sunscreen and bringing all your things, lockers are available.
Yeah.
They have 3 size lockers,
small, medium,
and large. You get these handy little wristbands, and you can get multiple, so you don't have to remember a code or carry around a key or anything like that.
$16 I paid for the largest one. I think 12 or 13 is the small.
I was gonna say it's a little bit pricey, but it's in and out all day long.
Yeah,
and
unlimited.
You can get multiple wristbands, like I said, to share. The large locker, we didn't even need a large locker.
I know,
it was quite large.
Way too big for I figured a family of 5 we would need it. It was too much space.
Totally. I think that's about it.
For what?
For lockers. I was going to say one more, that they do offer cabanas.
Yes.
If you plan ahead, we were kind of bummed that we hadn't planned ahead on that. I think they run about $200 for the day. This was a weekend, so I don't know if prices on the weekend and the week fluctuate. But all throughout the park, they have cabanas sprinkled. So if you have young kids, you can get one in the young kid area. If you don't have young kids and you want to go to more of the adult side, they had several areas that you could go. So those did include table and chairs inside, and what appeared to be both a lockbox and a cooler.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. We were thinking like next time we should
and a server as well. Sorry to interrupt you, but you don't have to wait in line, which I'm not sure if you were going to say anything about food, but not having to wait in line for food would have been a plus for us this trip.
I'll get to food in a second, so I just wanted to tack onto the whole cabana idea. If you're not going to do the cabana thing, your next best bet is get there right when they open, which for us was 11 a.m. and find a spot. There are a few areas that have like covered shade, and you're going to want to bring like a towel or a blanket or something to lay out. Some people even bring shade tents. Find a spot wherever you can and lay that out as quickly as possible, because if you wait a couple hours, you get there later, they're not going to be there. And there's not a lot of other places with shade to just relax. So think about that.
It's true. We made sure to just kind of get a spot. There are spaces. They have like tent coverage throughout the park as well. So if you get there and you really look for one, you're going to find it. This would have been super helpful had we thought about this. I'm a little bit disappointed in us because we should have thought about this.
Okay.
Avoid the lunch rush.
Yeah.
At all costs.
Yes.
You avoid the lunch rush. We ended up getting 2 pizzas on this trip. The first pizza we got right before the lunch rush. It was fine, like
instant.
within minutes of getting our order.
Like we're saying like before noon, like between 11 and noon we got a pizza.
And then it wasn't going to be enough, and the kids wanted more pizza, so we went to get another pizza, and that one took about 45 minutes.
From the time I got in line until I was getting my pizza, it was 45 minutes. And there were other people like, how long did that take to get your pizza? You know,
It was chaos too. Lots of people kept going back up. Do you have my pizza? Is my pizza ready? There weren't order
There's
numbers.
No number
you just
on
had
your
to
ticket.
kind of say what kind of pizza you were waiting for.
One guy was like, I'll just take the half pep, half cheese, whatever. I just want to go.
So lesson learned for us, we did notice then after the lunch rush, so we'll say again, 12 to 2.
I'd say 12 to 2 is the worst time to get your food.
There wasn't anybody in
Yeah,
line
you could have walked right
that.
up again. They have a small pizza oven that's going through one at a time. It's not the employees' fault. I'm sure they try to prep.
They were very
They're
sweet
very
about
kind.
it.
Like, I'm not blaming them. It's just if there was one bad part of our experience, it was that food took quite a while when we were in the middle of that lunch rush.
Yeah, and we should say it wasn't just the pizza. Someone else in our party was waiting for chicken and fries, and that took an incredibly long time as well.
And the food, it was pretty good, though. I thought the pizza was good. The french fries were good.
It was better than I was expecting for the water park.
It was, absolutely. I'll give you that, yeah.
So we had a great time. We would recommend either location. I do think people are right in saying that the Las Vegas location is probably better for bigger kids, but if you have young kids, there's certainly plenty of things for them to do there as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a kid area in both parks.
Yeah.
You've got the wave pool. The lazy river is nice. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to do one lap on the lazy river. You can float on something or just kind of walk it. I just thought of another thing that we should mention as a pro tip, though. Your souvenir cup that you had gotten previously.
Yes. So we went early on and they were having a sale on the souvenir cup. I ended up getting it that day for, I think it was $12 or $12.99, and it's refillable. You can bring it back in for an additional $5 anytime I go. I can bring my souvenir cup in and fill it up all day long.
Yeah, with anything. I mean,
soda, they have
lemonade,
iced tea,
water.
lemonade. Yeah, I mean, water's not.
Water already.
I did notice when we were at this location that I got really lucky because the souvenir cups were actually on sale for $25.
Yeah, they were $25 when I was waiting in line. I was like, oh, I didn't realize they were that expensive, but you had gotten it for half that.
So I do know that they were having a school employees sale the day that I went. That applies to me. But I also believe that at the beginning of the summer they run specials.
Could
on
be.
those.
Yeah.
So souvenir cup is worth it for our family. I mean, we don't drink a lot of soda, but on a day like at the water park, instead of having to go up in line every time and get a lemonade or this or that, it's nice to just run on over to the little sideline, get your refill.
It's pretty good size. I mean, it's probably bigger than a pint. I don't know. And you can refill it as much as you want.
Right. And again, it's $5 every time you want to bring it back. There were people that had souvenir cups like from last season there.
Yeah, but $5 for that day.
For the day.
Yeah. So it's not a bad deal.
So buy your cup one time and then $5 every time you bring it back for unlimited refills.
Yeah. So pretty good deal there. Something to look out for. Gosh, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Seasons passes and parking. Let's touch on that.
Parking is $10 at both locations. They do take card, but I have noticed in both locations that it's a lot faster if you just have cash ready.
You got a tenner ready to go?
Yes.
But it's free if you're a season pass holder,
If you're a
right?
season pass holder, it is free. You also get 15% off of food. And season pass holders, it's good for both parks. So I know that's something we're going to look into next season.
Yeah.
Once again, I do know that they offer specials. I don't know when they start doing that. I'm not sure if they'll start selling season passes for next season immediately after this one closes or not. But I do know that prices for that fluctuate as well.
Yeah, and this park in particular is literally like right inside a neighborhood. It's kind of odd, but like there are lines where you could like easily throw your shoe over the fence into somebody's backyard. Like, it's right there. So if you happen to live close like that, it's a no-brainer. But even for us, what was it, 20 minutes to this park and probably 15 to Cowabunga Bay. Really conveniently located for a local here. So, you know, you might want to look into a season's pass. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, they're open every day of the week.
Yeah, and then you see there's people that are getting there late, like maybe 2 hours before closing, but it's most likely because they're season's pass holders, they're avoiding the whole rush, and they can just come in for a couple hours of slides and not deal with the daytime crowd.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Yeah, that would be great. Just come get a couple hours, have fun, and you're done.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
So check it out, Cowabunga Canyon
Yep.
or Cowabunga Bay.
Yep. Both good time. Yep. Get ready to do some tubing.
Take your sunscreen. Drink your
seriously,
water.
drink your water. That was our joke with our friend. It was drink your water the whole time. So yeah, be safe, have fun, and thanks for joining us on this one. And hope you got some value out of it. Again, if you could subscribe, we would totally appreciate that. But we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.